You're a fucktard, aren't you, Kent? You're a fucktard, aren't you, Kent? You're a fucktard, aren't you, Kent? You're a fucktard, aren't you, Kent?
Welcome to episode 6 in this video series which disassembles Kent Hovind's doctoral dissertation as leaked to the internet on wikileaks.org on the 9th of December 2009. If you have not yet seen the previous videos in this series, then I recommend that you watch those first, as I will be starting in this episode immediately where I left off in the last. In the last episode, our friend Kent defined the term willful ignorance. In this episode, he goes on to define the term wrong. Shovels at the ready? Let's get ready to shovel some shit. Kent continues. The idea that evolutionists try to get across today is that there is continual upward progression. How's that, Kent? Is everything trying to get taller? Bit like horses and giraffes. Oh, he continues, they claim that everything is getting better. Improving, all by itself, as if there is an inner drive towards more perfection and order. Well, Kent, I for one can point to one thing that doesn't seem to be getting better, improving, and leaving it on the shelf for 18 years all by itself has done no good whatsoever. He continues, this is totally opposite of the first and second law of thermodynamics. What, Kent? Even those special circumstances? It goes against all scientific evidence that has been accumulated. Yes, Kent, you're actually correct with that one. The straw man that you set out earlier on is utter bullshit, and in fact all scientific evidence accumulated does actually go against exactly what you said. Of course, if you want to know what so-called evolutionists are actually saying, you have to read scientific books and study scientific papers, and not just parrot what Sean says in Venom Fang X videos. Hang on a minute. Or is that Venom Fang X parroting what you say in yours? Can never really tell. They're both bullshit. But he continues. Yet, this lie is what many men believe today. Yes, Kent, and these men tend to have difficulty reading without their lips moving or without their finger under the word they're looking at. We don't see it happening anywhere in our universe today. No, we don't. Because you just made it up. We don't see any evidence of this in the fossil record. That's right, Kent. What we see is a continuous record of organisms that continue to adapt to the environment that they find themselves in, outcompete their competitors, evade their predators and outsmart their prey. A progression driven by natural selection, and consistent with and predicted by the theory of evolution. That's Darwinian evolution, not the evolution of cities. And sure as hell not the theory of evolution that you was talking about. Anyhow, Kent goes on to give us a history lesson. I would like to trace the history of evolution beginning with the fall of Satan from heaven through the last 6,000 years to modern-day evolution and explain what those teaching this doctrine have planned for the future. And as we ascend to the summit of Richard Dawkins' Mount Improbable, we look off yonder into the distance and see a greater mountain, and behold, Kent Hovind's Mountain of Stupid. To take on such a daunting task would just be plain suicide. So, as you will see later on, I've enlisted a little help. Kent continues. To really understand the history of evolution, we have to understand the author. Yes, Kent, Darwin was a complex man. But you're not talking about Darwin, are you? Satan is the mastermind behind this false doctrine. Oh, good grief. He was thrown out of heaven because of his desire to exalt himself to godhood. Okay, you learn something new every day. I thought it was the jeans and the training shoes and getting rat-ass and thrown up on the dance floor. Those bouncers can be a bitch sometimes, but carry on, Kent. One of the underlying reasons that evolution appeals to so many people is because it appeals to man's pride. So, taking the position that you are a member of an insignificant species with no point whatsoever, living on an insignificant planet, going round an insignificant sun, in an insignificant galaxy that's one of many in a average galactic cluster in a vast expanding universe, is full of pride. However, assuming that a special being created you specifically in his image to carry out his plan and put you on this special planet created specially for you, and you have dominion over it, and the rest of the universe revolves around you, is not. Kent, to come out with a statement that is any more wrong than what you've just said there, you would have to be holding a banana. Isaiah 13:11 says,
I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the proud.
A big thanks there to our special guest. We all deny him. We deny his very existence, but we all wish that he did exist. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. My special guest, Father Christmas.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get back to the reading. God is against pride. Is that pride in general, or just gay pride? Because we sure as hell know we don't like that. In Isaiah 14:12 through to 14, the Bible tells us of the fall of Satan from heaven.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend to heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Okay, if you say so. Kent continues. Later on in the passage, God says that he will cast down Lucifer. We can assume from that last sentence that Miss Kim Van Gumby's head was hurting and her fingers were tired from all the typing, and Kent had to take over. I mean, why justify your statement by actually producing the passage in full? Just say it says it and assume people are going to believe it. Anyhow, enough for now. Next episode, Santa gets to earn his mince pie and brandy because we got a shit pile of Bible quotes.
I